Hey, what's up, guys? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel. This will be a quick one. I got one of these new circular lights for doing videos. I've been having a lot of trouble with lights in here. So I just wanted to do a quick update, what I've been spinning, and just kind of test this out, see how it works compared to my last couple videos, because I've been having issues with the quality. So let's just kind of jump in. This is just kind of what I've been listening to the last couple of days. Start out with this one. This first record has been on my want list for 6 or 7 years. They go for pretty crazy money here. I don't think they were ever pressed here in the US to vinyl. It was a Canada only pressing originally, and then in Europe it's gotten a couple pressings. So the Canadian pressings are going for 20-30 bucks. So what I did is I ended up ordering it from Europe, and I ended up getting it for like 18 bucks shipped, and it's in near mint condition. So real nice addition. This is Back for Another Taste from Helix. Yeah, I may have to adjust this a little bit, but Back for Another Taste from Helix. Yeah, you can kind of see the circle light there. Next up, got into a Maiden mood yesterday and spun a few of their albums. The first one is the 12-inch single For the Evil That Men Do. This one is a German pressing, if I remember correctly. So The Evil That Men Do. And the B-side for this is Prowler 88 and Charlotte the Harlot 88, both live tracks. This next one was one I found a few months ago, and I was super stoked to run across this. So I'm slowly working on the 12-inch, all the 12-inch singles for Maiden, which there's dozens of them. And this is one that's real hard to find here in the US. They get pretty expensive here. And I ended up finding a super clean copy for a really good price. But this is Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter, the 12-inch. And the B-sides for this are cool. It's I'm a Mover, which is a free cover, and then Communication Breakdown, which is obviously a Led Zeppelin cover. So this was a really killer find. And it's got a really nice 5-inch by 10-inch poster that's the Iron Maiden logo. So it's about, yay long. And pretty long. It would be cool to post it or put it up on my wall. I don't want to pay for a custom frame for it, and I definitely don't want to put holes in it. But it's a very cool logo poster. And then after listening to Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter, I felt like listening to the album that it came from, so I pulled out No Prayer for the Dying and gave it a nice spin. This is one I found a while back. This is the U.S. pressing that was originally released on red vinyl. So I was really stoked to run across this when I did a while back. So, and I've seen a lot of guys that are kind of just now visiting the 90s Maiden albums. I think this is one of the best from the 90s. This is obviously the first from the 90s, but I mean, Tell Gunner has become part of their set list. No Prayer for the Dying, The Assassin, Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. Really killer album. This next one is kind of a weird one. I don't really know the whole story behind this. So this is Tokyo Blade. They listed in their discography as their third album. However, 5 of the 9 tracks are tracks from their first album. So they removed 2 of the songs from their first album, added 2 new ones. I don't know what the whole story is. Their whole discography is really weird. They did some weird stuff throughout, but this is Midnight Rendezvous. And of course, one of their biggest hits is If Heaven Is Hell. It's one of my favorite Tokyo Blade songs, and not only is it the best song on their first album, I think it's the best song on this one too. So this was a nice addition. Let's see. Just finished spinning this one a few minutes ago, so I haven't even bagged it back up yet. But this was released in 2017, I believe. 2017. This is the third album from Dangerous Toys, and in my opinion, it's by far their best album. It's definitely the heaviest. The writing is much better on this one, and unfortunately this is their last good album. They did one more album after this, which is kind of an alternative thing that just wasn't good. But Pissed, highly recommend picking this one up if you run across a copy of it. Next up, one of the Record Store Day releases. I just ended up spinning this one a couple hours ago. Gave this a few spins. I've been on kind of a live kick with all these really nice bootlegs that have been coming, or bootlegs, radio show soundboard that's been coming out. This was an official release though for Record Store Day. This is Alice Cooper live, Houston, Texas, 73. Really killer set, especially the A side. Hello, hooray, $1 billion babies elected. I'm 18, raped and freezing, and no more Mr. Nice Guy. That A side is phenomenal. And then last but not least, keep this one really short, we got a little bit of Banshee. With the release of their newest album, I've been listening to that quite a bit lately. I went back and pulled out their debut EP. This is a monster debut release. I think they actually call this a mini album, not an EP. Phenomenal album though. If you haven't checked out their debut, highly recommend it. Not a bad song on here, but this is the self-titled from Banshee, and this is one that I picked up when Scott and I went digging in Phoenix last year. So that's it, guys. Again, I'm just trying to try out this new setup, see how it turns out. Hope everybody's good, and I'll see you soon.